Welcome back, everybody. It's Rudy with Alpha Investments. Hope you all having a great day. Today we want to talk about back to some news and talk about the magic world and finance because we've been just cracking ridiculous amounts of booster boxes. So let's talk about Magic the Gathering Mobile. So there's this whole Fugazi thing going on where there's still a little bit of jittery anxiety that people are concerned that Wizards is going to keep pumping out mobile games. Because I'm pretty sure most of you have phones. So the concern isn't whether or not they're going to make more Magic mobile products, but the concern is about all these different products that don't connect to each other, and you can't kind of put money into one of them and roll it into the next. You can't share your Magic Online account, or all the money you put into it, into Magic Arena. Even though all the money is sunk in MTGO, is pretty much eventually just going to fall over and you're going to lose it all as they shut it down the next 10 years, if it makes it that long. And then you got to start over buying everything in Arena. And then if you want another mobile game, which apparently is in the work, apparently word on the street is there's 2 different mobile games in the works that we're not aware of. And people want me to at least discuss it so that everybody would comment below and everybody can kind of yip-yap to each other. Personally, I'm going to go ahead and say what nobody wants to say. Are you surprised? Come on. If all of you watching and me were sitting in a big fancy boardroom, no pants, backyard, bunch of professionals, expensive ties, hair slicked back, what would we all do? We need to make as much money as possible, make our shareholders on Wall Street happy. What are we going to do? I can tell you, we're going to keep printing paper Magic, and we're going to continue to expand our digital, mobile, virtual world of Magic cards. Because that's just a bunch of free money. That money, the margins that come from that category are so much thicker and juicier. All of you watching, you may not know it, but you like thick margins. We all do. We just got to pretend like we can't talk about it. So the concept that there's more mobile games coming, and the concept that these additional mobile games are just like going to be free, or, you know, some sort of method where you can kind of save money by rolling over accounts, or I don't know where that comes from. I understand the logical approach with it, but at the end of the day, if I was working for WotC and Hasbro, I wouldn't allow it. If I was working for WotC and I was on this professional board with people with real jobs, I'll be honest with you all, I would make 2 more mobile games. I would probably do kind of a standard Magic playing, like a regular game, in a mobile version, maybe some different style art, graphics, maybe a little different for the cell phone mobile market, especially to keep in mind the people that don't have top-of-the-line cell phones. And then I would make a second game, and I would use the IP, intellectual property, of the Magic characters and logos, and make different type of Magic products. Similar to like the Planeswalkers, I would use all the characters and make different type of puzzle games, which they've done in the past. And I would make more adventure, RPG, I would make all kinds of crap. Because again, the cost to develop the game, and then having in-game transactions for virtual items you don't have to ship, and you don't have to sell on eBay, and you don't have to hide the quantity sold, Timmy Box, when you don't have to deal with that, the margins are so juicy. And many people are wrapped up in the moment, and they do impulse buying. They're wrapped up, I mean, think about it. What's a good example? Okay. You're playing a new cell phone game, you download it in the app market, and you've been playing it for a week or 2 and you love it. You play it every day, you log in on your lunch break, you're stuck in traffic, you're driving with one hand on the highway, you got a frappe latte, Starbucks, mocha, triple reach around in the other hand, you got your leg on the steering wheel, and you're playing this Magic mobile game. Okay? Seems about normal in America. So you're really into it, and you kind of hit that barrier that you don't want to farm for 3 years, so you start dropping, and you know what? It's only $5. It's only $3. It's only $9. It's only $4. You know, that's how a lot of these other mobile games have made millions of dollars. A lot of these companies bring in millions on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And I think Hasbro and Wizards, the higher-ups, they have Microsoft, you know, VPs and executives there. They know that. They're going for that. But I don't think they're in the process of destroying the paper game. It's an in conjunction to target an additional market to get additional people, players, collectors, investors, evil people, and the 99% women out there in the world, all to just say, you know what? I'm going to play this Magic game. And then one day they're standing at the Walmart checkout at their local game store. They're in the express lane at the local game store at Walmart. And they look over and they see these Magic packs hanging at the register and say, you know what? I recognize that chick. She was in my mobile game. Oh, that's really cool. I like that. I'm going to buy that. Impulse at the register. And that's how you do these nickel and diming, and you increase that subconscious level of marketing and getting your brand out there, your name. And over a long period of time, if executed properly, which is Wizards' weak area, execution, their R&D and ideas are good, but their execution is just always terrible. That is how you kind of transition in the future. So for those of you who've been contacting me and the patrons wondering, yeah, I 100% believe there are more mobile games coming. I don't think anybody's really arguing whether or not that's a true statement at this point. I think the argument about mobile games and what Wizards wants to do comes from the milking the player base or making all these Timmy products, but maybe in the virtual world to sell virtual cards, because now they're cashing in on Arena selling virtual stuff. And it's only going to get bigger and better because the game's being very successful. It's a hit. Magic Arena is successful. Even though I don't play it, I'm not big into it at this point in my life, maybe in the future, because a lot of people have asked me, you know, Rudy, what if you got on there and streamed playing Magic and just went nuts? How many people would watch that? So there's some things in the works. I'm going to leave it at that. Over the next 6 months, there's a lot of overhaul coming for me in this channel. And when I say overhaul, more of an expansion, just what you already see, but more things added, not removed. But I do believe this direction is normal. I think it's healthy for the company. And I also think it's going to be more intense on the wallet. It's going to pry at the wallet more. And no matter how much you spend in Arena, you're not going to get credit for that into the new mobile game. And you won't get credit in that into MTGO, the old school version that looks like it's from the 80s. And I think that's where a lot of people get really angry, is they want that to carry over. They don't like the idea of rebuying the same standard of cards virtually, or rebuying their modern deck that's in the MTGO old school website that I think that server's still up and running, right? It's like hamsters run all night with like a little dangling carrot. And it still runs. But people don't want to rebuy the same virtual thing that they don't actually own multiple times. And that's where a lot of that anxiety, I think, is coming from. But I don't think that's the right perspective. I think the thing is, everybody's going to have to get to a point, including myself, I'm just as guilty, everybody, that this whole virtual mobile market, video game market, and the mobile cell phone app market, we are entering a permanent era of microtransactions. And none of us really want to hear it. I mean, any form of next generation mobile game that Wizards and Hasbro is going to release, I promise all of you watching, will be a free to download in the App Store. I promise you. And it'll probably have ads in it for other Hasbro products, or ads for other games, like a lot of the other games do. And I also think you could have, different codes from booster packs, redemptions. They're going to try to overlap them for the redemption codes and online to get more people to get those downloads, get those clicks. But I don't think it's really an unhealthy thing if it's really managed and you have self-control. And these companies are relying on people not having self-control. Google, go on YouTube. Look up these people who have YouTube channels who have the big old Clash of Clans and these other games in Fortnite. I mean, these people have there are people that have spent tens of thousands, if not six figures, 100,000 plus, on these mobile games, on these desktop games, on their tablets. It's a real thing. It's a big deal. And I don't think it's the company's fault, because it goes back to the same thing with Wizards and the Timmy box. If people are willing to buy it, then the company did nothing wrong. If people aren't going to vote with their wallets and they're going to not stop buying, then the companies are going to stay the course. And if I was working for these companies, I would do the same thing. I don't see anything wrong with it. A lot of you out there, just like me, can complain about it. But as long as the numbers reflect people giving them money for a product they're making, I don't see the issue. So if I'm missing something, tell me what you all think. That's just kind of my opinion about it. I don't understand a lot of the hatred towards it, because it's not like they're canceling Magic on paper. They're not like they're canceling Arena. If they make 2 more mobile games, which apparently they are, one is very early stages and the second one is getting close, I just think they're trying to expand the IP of the company and the logos. And I don't think that's a wrong thing, but people just need to be very cautious on their spending. You need to be more selective, more frugal. And I don't think most Magic players are like that. It is what it is, everybody. They wouldn't be making Timmy boxes if that wasn't the case. All right, so that's all I got. I'm going to stop rambling there, because I feel like I'm going to just start getting irritated and yelling at the camera. So tell me what you think. Do you guys want more mobile games? Am I the only one that doesn't care? I mean, maybe it's just me. I don't know.